turkeys.
Turtle power!
Hold on, guys. This could be a big mistake. Mistake? If they could do that to a wall, imagine what they could do to our heads.
For sure. And our heads are nowhere near that thick.
Figure that.
Turtles. Yeah, and we didn't make that hole, you wacko.
Oh, no.
Good evening, my favorite shellheads. Welcome to another exciting edition of Turtle Talk. As always, I'm your host, Dave Wonder, and I am joined tonight by two of my absolute favorite shellheads. First off, let's go to the man so nice. They named him, well, twice, I guess, because I know him by two different names. It's our friend Dan.
What's going on, Dave? The amount of names that I have, it doesn't stop at two. I could go on for three. I got four at least that I currently go by.
Dang. Well, yeah. I know two of them at least.
There you go. I will inform you after the show.
Fair enough. Then moving over, the man flaunting his lovely accessory set in front. We got Mr. Geeky.
I was, you spoiled it. How'd they know it wasn't me? I was in disguise.
It was the mustache. You need to grow out your mustache a little bit more. It would been easy. That and the green skin, but that's fine. Also, real quick shout out to all our shellheads in the COJ. We got a
people in the
bunch
chat
popping in and out. Of course, we have first and foremost.
I know.
We got Atomic Nerd, we got Fortnite, Damien, Goofballs. Who else we got in there? We got Epic Badger, Nightmare Comics. Whoa, what up, Mr. Ryan Clark? Ryo, what's shaking? We got Spike, Smokin' Joe, Hassan, how's it going? And Smunkin', right on. Oh, did I say Spike? I don't know. What up, Spike? Sorry, gotta put that in every time. But as always, we are. Oh, and Void, what up, dude? And Nexus and Throwbacker. Oh my goodness. Okay, now it's popping off in the chat. But we have a lot to cover. There's been a lot of news in the last month. There's been a lot of releases. There's been a lot of leaks. There's been a lot of everything. Also, I found out apparently we're supposed to put up those movie turtle leaks. The official images are fine, but the leaked images apparently no. You got a little smack on the wrist if you showed them and talked about them, which I did in full a few times. My bad.
Did they reach out to you?
I was notified that there was a claim against the video. And
okay. Are we going to talk about this later, or do you want me to ask you more details now? I'm curious about this kind of stuff.
We'll talk about it off stream.
Okay.
I don't want to get into
even more trouble. Sure.
But so that was wild. Oh, hey Panther. Wait, don't start yet. I'm still digging out my turtle toys. Good luck. Oh, what up, Ryan? How's it going? GB repping and ready to enjoy the show. There we go. But yeah, we have a lot to cover, so we can start off with that. I would like to first and foremost just kind of put it out there to Dan and Mr. Geeky down there. How you guys been? Like, how has this turtle? Yeah, I was gonna say this turtle madness of Haulathon, or as one of my friends called it, Maulathon, because it just tears you up. Because freaking Lord, there's been a lot of turtles. Like, how you guys been?
I've been good. I've been real good. The Haulathon the beginning was hectic for me because I wasn't in town. I was out of town in Vegas and for a work trip. So I had to call my wife to get all that sorted out. I'll go into more detail when we get into the Haulathon stuff. So I was out of town, so I was very stressed about not trying to get this stuff, and I didn't have any room in my luggage to bring stuff back. So I had to solely rely on her, and I'll let you know how she did or didn't do once we get to that part.
Oh yeah.
But the turtle wise, it's been good. It's been I can't complain about too much content. No matter how much it costs, right? At least we're being allowed the opportunity to make these purchases. I've got thoughts on it, but it's bottom line is there's a lot out there for us to consume.
For sure. Mr. Geeky?
So much stuff. Yeah, I mean, I got, I happened to like be there just as they were stocking, and I was like, kind of just, like a kid in the candy store. It was so much stuff, and I got like a call from my card saying like thinking it was fraud, as I was because I got so much stuff, and I'm like, nope, it's just me buying a lot of toys.
Fun fact, between Mr. Geeky and I, we cleaned out a Target. Because it turns out he and I went to the same Target that got stocked.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I figured this out after the fact, and I was like, oh, shit. Oh, RoboGeek, I still want your Lou and Optimus Prime Day. Well, you shoot me a message. Maybe we talk. Because I'm making cuts. Oh shit! Void Beast finally get some of last year's Haulathon 2-packs, except Token. Razar Toon line has been very hard to get in Europe. Wondering if it's licensing issues. I'm wondering if it's licensing and distribution because
what time is it in Europe right now?
What?
What time is it in Europe?
Tomorrow.
Europe
early.
It's tomorrow. 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. for Void. Void, thank you very much for tuning into this, dude.
Void's the man. I still feel bad. I did a turtle sketch on that turtle notebook paper that I got in that random box of goodies, and I shipped it over there, and it got lost to the ether.
Oh no!
I still feel bad. Void, it's turtle time.
I like that answer.
But yeah, no, it's wild.
Has anybody like so we're in the Midwest. In the Midwest, Dan is you are where? Remind me.
Chicago area.
Chicago. So also Midwest. You're our neighbor. Are the next wave of stuff showing up places like Dreadmon in the Midwest here?
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like we got Dreadmon before you guys did.
You did. You definitely.
I got Dreadmon. I found him in store. I mean, the same day that I saw somebody post about it on Facebook, like the first time that I saw somebody post about finding it, I then went out to Target and it was sitting on a shelf next to 2 Herman Munsters.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ryan.
So that was and then since then I found only one more. I found one more. So I and that was like a week later. So I found them like a week apart, but I've definitely found them. You guys have. I know Dave has one. Speaking, did you find one?
Oh, no, I haven't. I don't have it yet.
You got one. You got one from our good buddy Nick.
So almost have one.
It's on the way.
I have one.
Yes. Okay. Super Spike. I have a feeling that that Phantom Casey is next week's drop. So you'll probably start seeing it early this next week.
Nobody has posted a picture of finding Phantom Casey or the rumored Donatello, right?
Yeah, not that I've seen.
Okay. That makes me feel good. That's good. It's good. That means if nobody's gotten it, that means we still have a chance.
Exactly. So, but I think without further ado, we should dive into them sweet news bits.
Oh, please.
So, all right, we're going to start off, and granted, we're going to do it backwards because we were just talking about Haulathon, but we're going to start off with the official reveals from Playmates. No, we're not using leaked images. Whoever's looking or watching, here we are. We have the 4 brothers. Of course, the trailer dropped. The hype was real. I was absolutely stoked. But here we have the first official images of the Playmates action figures of the 4 brothers, standing tall atop actually a really cool looking roof diorama, very simple, very fun. I know I got into it a little bit on a Let's Talk Toys, but I don't know if you gents have gotten a chance to really look at these, dive into them at all. I'm curious what your thoughts are, because for me, I know there are some people that don't dig them, but I think they look like classic turtle toys. These are toys that it looks like kids can pick up and just beat the living snot out of and have fun with. 3M thinks otherwise, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Me personally, I was gonna say I won't be picking these up, but that's a lie. I won't be picking these up for me.
Yeah.
But I've got a 7-year-old. By the time the movie comes out and the figures come out, he'll be 8. He was thrilled by the trailer. He was, you know, he didn't have the 40-year-old, you know, glasses that are looking back on the 1989 Turtles. He's just happy to have turtles, and he's very excited about the movie. He's very excited that there are any new toys coming out. It doesn't matter what they are, but he's just excited that he's getting something. He's excited about the van and the playset. So if he's happy, I'm happy.
Heck yeah.
Dude, yeah. I was really excited to see that with the van too, and how it's like a pizza shooter too, right? I mean, it's like you got it looked like a lot of fun. I mean, and that to me is like when you think back to the original toys, it's like it's the playability aspect to it that really is exciting. And here it does harken back a lot to, in my mind, like seeing the deep lines here. It, you know, there's a big like 87 feel to it that I'm digging a lot. I think that the thing that I go off of also is like, yeah, I really did enjoy these, but my son came up to me afterwards, is like, hey, can we see this movie? Can I like can I play with these toys? I'm like, I know they're going to be your toys, but can I play with it? I'm like, this is success in my mind.
Right. Mission accomplished as a day.
I mean, you know, looking through, you know, even the comic Prio, I'm picking these up for a child, my inner child. I'm 44 and I'm excited about the movie. Mike has a bizarre looking head and tired of Donnie wearing glasses. We get it. He's the nerdy one. Otherwise, I don't hate them. But shoulder pins have masters worried. These give me that weird nostalgia buzz of seeing my kid get super excited about turtle toys, because it's not dad's turtles. It's not, you know, this is new turtles. This is something that's, you know, he's seen with fresh eyes. Which
is there talk of any TV show, or is this just a movie one and done?
As of right now, it's the movie officially, and then there are rumors of more content, but I don't think there's anything official yet.
Okay, and the more content is rumored to be these turtles or different turtles?
Sounds like different stuff from what I'm hearing.
Okay, gotcha.
But that's not to say there couldn't be more of this too.
That's
I think it'll be based on box office and everything too. I feel like this.
It's not like a Netflix release. It is a theater release.
Yeah, it's a theater release.
Okay, gotcha.
TMNT needs and Super7 deviation from Playmates designs, really solidifying that theory. Yeah, Dad's turtles are the NECA, and well, the Super7 ones too. I hope to God this movie just so we can get it over. Damn.
Wow.
I am very excited for these. Again, the reveal of the vehicles, the play sets. I have some Toy Shiz's images that we'll be going through too. This just looks awesome. You know, like, again, toyetic, fun stuff for the kiddos.
And that play set too was
and we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, okay, all right.
This van looks fantastic. I don't know that I love the wheels. The wheels to me just say like it's not a big deal. It's freaking wheels, right? But it just reminds me of like old school like Tonka wheels.
I did just notice that it says Turtle Power on the wheels.
Oh, that's funny.
I like that. Is that what it says?
That's pretty fun. Looking at this, I have flashbacks to the vintage Playmates figures. It's bright, it's big, it's flashy, it has silly gadgets in it. Like, you know, I swear to God, I think Stormy just came in and crop dusted me. Good Lord.
Good job, Stormy.
Oh, that's rough. Oh, I don't like that one bit.
It's also a little bark.
So we don't know that these are going to be the only figures released for the movie, right? We just don't know anything about the movies as far as like villains or.
Officially no, but there were leaked images of a bunch of the characters.
I didn't see those.
We'll talk about them off stream because I don't want to get in trouble again.
Can we show the names, because those were shown at the Kids' Choice Awards? I don't know.
I did see those. With all the voice actor names and everything.
Yeah.
I think
some of that is connected.
Yeah, because you have Superfly, you have Kathy Utrom, you have Baxter Stockman, you have Bebop Rocksteady, Ray Fillet, Mondo Gecko. Like, they're going for broke. Yeah, Dave, it was definitely Stormy. We got you. No. I heard her walk by. I took a deep breath and went, like, man, I misplaced this in Toyline and the nostalgia box, right? And we'll dive into that real quick because Toy Shiz hooked up the pictures from his social medias. So this is a lot of the figures within their play sets. Goofballs, they haven't revealed who it is, but by the trailer, my speculation is because we got to see Splinter with like a crazy cool like Jerry Curl fro, like I'm wondering if Splinter's been a mutant longer and Superfly and Splinter are basically like a knockoff of Dolomite and any number of his villains, kind of like an old school kung fu like throwback type thing. I don't know. That's my pure speculation, but the fact that they called him Superfly and we got to see, Master Splinter whipping out the chucks and such, I don't know. Someone please put it back over Mike. He said, Jesus, Robo Geek. Sorry, don't want to specify. But yeah, a lot of this stuff, obviously confidential, classified, no access. Clearly these have to be pictures of the villains kind of strewn about. There was a lot of stuff that was hidden like that. But again, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying that's so funny because I didn't make the connection, and I'm just like, oh, this is because they're teenagers and this is like their hideout, and this isn't thinking they're like hiding this from people.
I also didn't do like the censoring math. Yeah.
Well, and I realized it after the fact because like the way that it is, you can see that they're like pieces of tape or cardboard laid over it. So I think much like the 2012 playsets and the movie playsets, we're gonna get a look at some of those villains as backdrop characters. Oh, what up, Daughtry? But again, you see stuff like the elevator aspect right there, the manhole cover. This is straight up reused from 2012.
I was going to ask if that was a reuse. Yeah, absolutely.
The
rest all looks new. Oh, I like that nunchuck holder in the back and the speed bag.
Yeah, there's a weapons rack and like a punching bag. Raph, the funny thing is, Raph comes with a friggin' weight set, much like Rise of the TMNT.
That's great.
Another cool thing, bringing back the sprue trees.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool, accessible way of giving characters a lot more accessories. Maybe Superfly is a giant version of Baxter Stockman double mutated. That would also be cool. Here we got the Ooze Turtles, which I'm guessing that's what this is back here. Classic turtle goodness. Again, there's some stuff in here. I love that the elevator comes down into a Biffy. Like, you got the bathroom or the
I've never heard it called a Biffy. You just mean a porta potty, right?
There's a brand of it's Biff's Sanitation up here in Minnesota, at least. So growing up, they were always
never heard of Biffy.
But yeah, so here's a broader picture. We also get a good look at the 12-inch turtles.
Yeah, you got to mention your new sponsor.
What?
Yeah, the new sponsor of.
But I hadn't seen the 12-inch. Those are cool.
Yeah, they look great. Also, they look much more mature.
They don't look like the kid. Yeah, you're exactly right.
But a few things that I did notice. Oopsies. When you go in here, that's a reused ladder. I think this is a reused lid as well from the 2012 set. But you get a role-playing
yeah, behind it is a sword or a sai.
Yep, and I know those were seen a little bit more clearly, but whoa, wrong way. The cool thing is the other thing you didn't see before is you have this telephone pole that has a zip line.
Yeah, bring back the telephone pole.
And it carries. Cool. Yeah, it carries over a lot. I like it because it's modular.
I was just gonna say it's a two-piece like the original one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
Then moving over again, you get the 12-inch Leo or 10-inch. You get some electronic talkers. The van that we looked at a little closer, and then this is called the Kick Cycle, from my understanding.
That's cool.
And it actually, or no, this is this the? Hold on. There's two motorcycles. There's this one that's like the sewer cycle, and then there was one. Yeah, see, there's all the role playing stuff over there.
Oh yeah.
And then there's a role play or another one that like Leonardo's attached to, and you can press a button, and he like flips off and kicks, but he's like attached to the handlebars. It's kind of funky.
Have you zoomed in on these pictures over to the side here too?
Oh, over here.
Well, just where you were. It looked like there was some pictures on there. I haven't done the full on big zoom in, but
you have the ooze explosion back there, a tagged up telephone thing, which I think this might be an activator for something. I think it might open the doors.
Yeah,
or
it looks
something.
like it opens up. Yeah,
looking at the activity.
Kids aren't even gonna know what that is.
love this is the Pee Wee Play, like they did the Pee Wee Playhouse version here, where it's like you get the everything goes into something else. It's fun.
Definitely does. Oh, what up, Frank? I love play sets, but I have nowhere to display them. I have the Batman vs Superman Batcave, and that's in pieces in a box because it takes too much room. That is a big one. How can he flip off? He's only got 2 fingers.
This one, I mean, this one also seems very big. We focused a lot on the front, but
it's sizable. I mean, if you look at this secondary module that's over here, and then that set, I will say it's much smaller than like the 2012 set, but it's because instead of it being tall, it has that split off piece that gives you the additional space.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, I really dig it. Again, there's more role play items over there, the weapons, the staffs, the masks,
bandanas,
So
cool.
Very cool.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
But then I've never bought mainline stuff, but I'm gonna need that playset. I'm so stoked. I'm also very excited because my brain's going, man, it'd be really cool to like be able to get the figures again with Ollie and kind of build him up to maybe the playset for holiday.
Toy hunting with your kids is that there's very little that beats that. Connor was very, very excited for the Mario Brothers movie figures to come out. I knew that they were going to be everywhere, but he doesn't know that, right? He just thinks that because he hangs out with us all the time, he just thinks everything is limited and scarce, and everything's going to be impossible to get like NECA figures. So when we took him to Walmart, and he comes across the end cap or that center, like they had a big like cube thing in the center aisle, and he found the Mario figure. Like he was thrilled. It made his week, and it's just you can't beat that feeling of whether it's us having the feeling or your kids having that feeling. It's fantastic.
Void makes a good point too. These are Playmates figures. These are going to be like 10 to 15.
Yeah, let's go.
Like again, affordable. What up, Mike? But yeah, very excited for these. Just very stoked for it overall. Also, Ryan, we'll get to that towards the end. I didn't have that in the toy news, but Shredder is coming to Call of Duty for some reason.
I have thoughts, yes.
Shredder, the one who is known for using guns. Anyways,
or being protected from guns.
Moving on, at the Mezco Toys Fair 2023 reveal, we have the 5 Points Plus line revealing that we are getting a 4-pack of the Turtles. Now these are smaller figures, 5-inch, which is kind of funny because these will basically match up with the 2012 and the figures we were just talking about. More than likely, it'll have a big cardboard backdrop, more than likely, like all the rest of the sets, and probably include maybe a villain or two. But as of right now, this is all that's known of them. It is still pending licensor approval. Hopefully, we get more information, but these are not cheap. By any means. They are a Mezco product. Here, I'll pull it up real quick. The last 5 POA one, I want to say it was like $60. Like it's not particularly cheap. Yeah, like the
especially given the scale. The scale is what turns me off on these.
Well, and again, it's very weird. Like these feel like Happy Meal toys just by like glancing at them real quick. But like they did a Popeye Deluxe box set that was $55. You got 4 figures, and it had a cardboard backdrop.
And they're tiny. I have that in my basement. I just picked it up.
From you?
Yeah, from a friend. I'm not keeping it, but for whatever reason, I picked it up, and that's how I know what 5 Points is, and that's how I know exactly what their scale is. The scale doesn't go with anything I have.
Yeah. Wait. When did Call of Duty announce Godzilla?
Yeah, I was going to ask about this.
Anyways, this is why it's not a gaming spot. Something does look like more than 5 POA. That's why it's 5 POA plus. Anyways, we'll come back around to that.
I'll say this though, costing it out though, that's what, like $15 a figure. So it's not
which isn't terrible
for the size. It's not bad.
Again, my brain's going, will it meet the value though? Like will these be better than a Playmates figure? Plus it's going to be available for collector channels, which usually there's a little price hike there, and also it's a Turtles product, so there might be a little extra on there. But anyways, let's move on to a little NECA news. Since last we spoke here on Turtle Talk, the NECA store put up the portal, Donatello's portable portal generator. This has come and gone from the NECA store. already. This
Oh,
was
is it gone
something.
already?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm 90% sure.
I'm checking now. I'll be honest, I did not buy this. Did you guys buy this?
I wasn't going to, and one of my good friends.
It's still there. You still have time to sell me on
Oh,
this.
is it? There we go. He ended up kind of convincing me because he's like, well, the cool thing is you could put this in your main turtle display, and all of a sudden you could put any version of turtles in there because you have a portal. Anybody can
All right,
stop by the
okay.
setup then, you know? And I'm like, oh, that's a really good point. Like,
That's not wrong, yeah.
I do
don't
like
mind
it
that.
comes with lenticular swap-ins, so you can have the portal open. The only thing that that made me a little sad is, you know, they're showing these great images. They look fantastic.
Yeah.
I like the proportions. I like this kind of weird overlay. But the thing that got me most excited was there's an image where they have like villains popping out,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Well,
yeah.
I
That
said
one,
that.
yeah.
I said that to Trevor too. I said, dude, we got this. Needs to come in a like another accessory pack or something because this is like so freaking cool.
Right?
We got to get that in there.
I freaked out. I'm not gonna lie, because this was the first image I saw in this solicitation. I'm like, they're giving us one where it has people popping out, and then I'm like, no, never mind, that's just Photoshop. But oh, Spider-Man could be in that portal, Dave. Actually, I'm surprised that crossover hasn't happened yet. Me too. But the weird thing is usually with NECA product they have like this item does not actually contain this. This is a like a little thing.
Yeah,
like,
something. Yes.
Like no,
Donatello figure is not included.
yeah, I'm like, nope, that's just okay. But it wouldn't be too hard to print something. Ryan, I'm with you. Again, there's definitely ways to do this and to make it, but I'm with Geeky. Like, throw this in the next accessory set or something where it's just something you can clip on or whatnot.
Throw some holes in the back of the thing, so it's so you could put them through partially or something. You know, that could also work.
I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. I haven't seen the back of it. So.
I dig it. Like I said, the way that this was sold to me was, hey, you know how you have like your diorama set up and you have your, you know, big cross turtle verse, everything going on. He's like, why don't you throw the portal in there? And then it makes sense. Then everybody's coming through that portal to party in one world.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Turtles
Forever.
can't justify the 45 plus NECA shipping.
Yeah.
I'm still on the fence. I don't know how much longer this thing's up for sale. If you're interested, guys, I would go now.
I thought it was 2 weeks, which I guess
I think it was 3 weeks.
Was it 3 weeks? Okay.
According to your thing, it said the first day was the 21st of February. So
yeah.
1, 2. So it's I think it's done next Tuesday.
Okay.
The 14th.
Are there any future teases in these photos? Not that I could find. I went Mr. Geeky on these. I went deep into them. I didn't see anything.
Well, I mean, in the dimensions themselves, there might be some teases.
Well, because you have Dimension X.
We have Og's Dimension. We have, So I mean,
maybe
that
the Pig Samurai.
I don't know that I don't know that we'll necessarily, unless they do that in their what if, right? I mean, that's very possible they could do some of that there now. You know?
Well, that was the thing, is like I was looking real close, and there's like these, which I'm blanking on their names, but again, it's like granted, they are already very, very deep into this line, so you never know. They might be reaching into some wild
anything, right?
Right. We got Big Mac, right? I mean, that's yeah. I mean, there's to me, it's like once we started hitting that, it's kind of like the sky's the limit here in terms of what we're going to be getting, you know?
Yeah.
And that's,
I mean, I dig it. I think, again, it's such a cool line. What did it say? That would be cool to go there. And what if figure Trevor spoke about on Foosh? Yeah. Again, who knows? The sky is the limit with this figure line.
It's exciting, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a lot of limitations, unlike other lines. They are not only sticking to the source material, they're also branching out and doing figures that didn't exist but could have existed in this line. I love this line. This is why I originally stuck with this line over the Super 7 line.
Right, and we'll get into some Super 7 stuff here in a little bit. But right now we're going to dive into some Haulathon. For better, for worse, they have produced some insane figures that are now available to the public, and some were available through the Target website. Some have come and gone. Thankfully, it's come up that a lot of these are Haulathon exclusive early release. So there will be other opportunities to get these in a broader spectrum.
Yeah, I specifically saw the accessory pack is not exclusive to Haulathon. It will be available in some form going forward. Who knows what that means? How did you guys do with Haulathon? Do you want to talk about that?
I know Mr. Geeky, like I said, Mr. Geeky and I ended up actually basically cleaning out a store. I found out because of a good friend being a NECA rep, and he knew that I don't get out much because of the kiddos and stuff, such like that. And he gave me the heads up, hey, I'm going to be stocking this store. You know, I'll let you know once I'm done. Well,
That's
I
cool.
didn't hear from him, but I did head out when I was kind of like, well, I can do this now, and hopefully I'll be able to get there. And he literally found me when I was over in the grocery aisle. And he was like, hey, man, I just set up. You should go check that out.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, cool. And I went over and I grabbed a bunch of stuff, and I tried to grab a couple doubles to try and get for friends who were like, oh, I need this. And there were already a couple other people over there. And I left with literally getting everything that I wanted, which was probably the most money that I've ever spent at Target on toys in my life. But the funny thing is about 5 minutes after that, Mr. Geeky sent a message and said, hey, check it out. You need anything? I'm like, no, I actually left out.
I'm driving home right now.
And the funny thing was, later on we were talking about it, and you're like, oh, I got it from this store. I'm like, holy shit, Mr. Geeky and I cleaned out the majority of all of them.
So when you say you got everything you wanted, does that mean, did your store get everything on the first wave? I know not the Dreadmon or whatever.
Yeah,
but
not the second wave, but yeah, they had everything set up.
So the big one is the accessory pack, right? Some stores, I believe, didn't get the accessory pack originally.
Yeah, or they just had like a lot of them only got two sets of it. And
so you got one and I got one, is what you're telling me?
Yep.
Nice. There you go. See, I thought that same stuff, but like I said, you froze for a sec, but you're back.
Oh, did I?
Like I said, I was in Vegas. I told my wife to go. I told her that this is the day that they're probably going to go set up. If you can, just go check on, I think it was the first day I was gone. Just please go check if you have some time. So she dropped our kid off at school and then headed right over there. And then she sent me video of her like in the Easter aisle, like incognito, like getting the spy footage of the NECA rep setting up. I said, okay, great. If you're okay hanging out for a second, or if you want to, it was actually funny. She hung out for a moment, and but then was like, I'm gonna go talk to him. And so she went to go talk to the guy. And I think I've talked about it on here before, how my wife is big on DDPY, and which is a workout program. It's a weight loss thing. She's lost a ton of weight. She's really climbed the ranks there, and she is a huge
next level grit. Go follow her.
There you go, on Instagram and on Twitter. But she started talking to the NECA rep, who was a guy who was looking to get in better shape, and her story came up in their conversation, and he has now signed up for DDPY.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that was the highlight of that thing. But long story short, she was able to. I gave her a short list of stuff to pick up. I wanted the Jaguar, the Man Ray, the black and white Usagi, and the Goro Shredder. And then I didn't want to pick up any of the 2-packs yet, because so good. But I didn't want her to have to drop $300, $400, $500. I was like, I'll wait till I get home. I think I can find these things pretty readily. But then later in the week, she texts me and she's like, hey, me and Connor, our son, are at Target. They have this stuff. Do you need anything else? I said, let Connor pick out a 2-pack. Whatever he wants, we'll add it to the collection. So he picked out the Bebop and Rocksteady superheroes.
Nice.
But in both of those, even the one where my wife was there when the NECA rep was setting up, the accessory pack was nowhere to be found. Our store, as far as I was concerned, as far as I know, did not get the accessory pack initially. Eventually, I found them, but I just didn't. I don't understand how NECA distributes their stuff.
I will say I did pass on a couple of the 2-packs. Just I don't have the space. They're like I actually passed on this 2-pack as well as the superhero Mighty Hog and
I would have passed on that if Connor didn't pick it up.
But yeah, I really dig. I dig all the figures. I can't own them all. I know that much. So, Mr. Geeky.
Yes, Geeky, what did you get? Did you get everything?
Yes. So I mean, here's the thing. I got that like the red tinted Last Ronin too, which was that was neat. That was neat looking. I got the black and white Usagi. Because when I saw that,
did you get that one, Dave?
So I'll tell.
Sorry, I didn't want to cut you. I just feel like nobody's talking about the Usagi.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean,
it is awesome.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, and that's the thing. I saw it when Stan had it up on his site, and I was like, yeah, it was like the box set, the slip case, the slip case. Yeah, and this was like, there's only a little bit different. It doesn't come with the original art. It doesn't come with the slip case, but I mean, it's like the same figure.
It's the same thing. Absolutely. It's a third of the price.
I mean, it's not signed by Stan, but it's still.
Yeah. Sure, right.
And I'll say so when it went up, I went through the order process. I never got a confirmation email, and because I was like, I'm gonna do it because Stan's been very awesome, and I've been I've been very lucky to know him and get to like hang out with him a couple times and such. And so I was like, I want to do this. This will be cool. But again, never got confirmation. And then all of a sudden I got shipping notification. And I was like, what happened? And then I got like three things from on my card that was like paid, canceled, paid. And then there was basically a notification that the charge had been can't think of the proper term. Damn it, why can't I think of the proper term? It was disputed. So I don't know if that was on their end or my end, but then I got the figure, but I'm not sure if I ever paid for it. Like I'm still waiting for that like to work itself out because it's still in like pending. So I'm like, okay. So for right now, the figure has stayed in the box because I'm like, man, I just want to know if technically I own this or not before I open.
That's very nice of you.
But yeah. So I don't know, that one I had gotten before. Like I said, I passed on a couple 2-packs. I passed on the Red Ronin. I'm trying to be a little bit more picky choosy. I actually have about 12 animated figures that I boxed up this last week, like tagged and bagged, that I'm selling just to streamline, to make it a little bit more breathable in the display. Just because for a while, and I noticed that especially since starting to stream, I've been like, yep, need that, yep, need that, yep, need that, and I'm like, whoa, like I'm going over my own rules, like that I kind of set to try and like rein it in a little bit, and B, it's just like I realized I don't have that space, so it's been a challenge. Unfortunately, this was the Dirk and Mona Lisa was one that I was like, that's really friggin' cool, but like I'm okay. This was
honestly, that's how I felt on all 5 of the 2-packs, right? That I didn't need them, but then I saw somebody post a picture of Bebop and Rocksteady's gang all together. Dude, you can't pass those up. Everybody needs that set of 5 or 7 or however many human gang members they have, and dude, it's so good.
I like them because you can have them be the gang, you can have them be the mutants, or you can just have them be civilians in the background that look angry.
There you go.
Right.
Rex one was one that I knew I had to get. I remember loving these episodes. Also, I had a huge crush on Irma as a little kid, and turns out I married an Irma lookalike, which is kind of funny. So that worked out. Yeah, Rex was an easy one to like have to grab. The Chakahachi and Lotus pack was another one that I passed on. It's really cool, but I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Like, Chakahachi was what, 1 episode? Like,
well, okay, so with that, I don't mean but like they had the masked head too for Lotus. So I was like,
man, I dig it.
I was like, I can't not get this because I could do an army building of like female ninjas, which is phenomenal, like in my mind, where it's like you have the
Forgivens was asking if you got your Crocker figure. Wait, I thought you busted that open on Grippin' and Rippin'.
Me? Yeah. Crocker, yeah. I gotten the tail on yet? No, but I do have my Crocker figure.
He's been sitting on my desk since I opened him.
Does Speaky have a different one than us?
He has the core variant.
I have that
You have
version
both?
too.
Of course.
Yeah, I do.
I can't wait to open this guy up.
Dude, please, you know what? We might get to it later on. I'm just gonna do a slow scroll of the Haulathon stuff. It's all stuff that we've seen. I just figured it'd be kind of cool to run through. But yeah. So of course, Red Ronin, again, cool figure, cool
Looks
variant,
great, right?
stands out. I didn't need pasta sauce Ronin on the desk. Like, I'm having flashbacks to when I accidentally dropped Mikey in my friggin' Chef Boyardee.
Is this a reference to something specific? Is it a comic book reference? Like, was there some sort of like red painting comic book version of it?
I believe it's reference to a cover specifically.
Okay.
Was it?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was like a cover that was shaded, or if it was like him in blood. But it's
it was
really?
shaded. It was like the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns style. Like, we're just really heavy-handed. Lotus and Takahashi again, awesome. Like this, I nearly got it because of that. The sniffer, the super sniffer, or whatever it is. Like that one, that popped me. Like, I'm just like, oh, that'd be really cool.
3M5000 says, I wish I got to the Lotus and Takahashi 2-pack on time. Don't give up, man. They this week specifically, this week and next week, they're restocking all the stuff from week 1.
Sorry, Mr. Ryan Clark.
So absolutely stay on your targets. It's still very possible to get any of these figures, including the accessory pack, which everybody's after.
Oh, yeah. And 3M also, if you need one, just let me know, because they are plentiful up here.
There you go.
So I got the Playmates Ronin, neat little figure. Hell yeah. When the turtle name redacted covers himself in pizza sauce, you know shit's about to go down, right? just slide on down. Man Ray, awesome.
If I was not a part of this show, I would not have bought the Man Ray, the Jaguar, the Dreadman, none of it. I wouldn't even know they exist. They're so good.
Dude, I literally have Man Ray going like this with the spear gun, and then I had a Tommy gun for some odd reason sitting on my desk. So he's just like gunned out, looking like a psycho on my desk.
That's awesome. And the sea turtle that came with it too was like I didn't think I would be that excited about getting like the sea turtle. Yeah, it's adorable.
He's literally been living on the side of my desk since I opened it. Geez, it's almost 2 weeks now.
Yeah,
but there they are, Mighty Bebop and Rhino Man. Again, I'm trying to remember. I think I did it on the Discord. I've been popping over there for kind of post shows of Let's Talk Toys, and I brought up, I'm like, these are awesome. I just don't have room for that many Bebops and Rocksteady in my display. They are gigantic figures.
The Bebop and Rocksteady is what sold me on getting into the Toon line originally. Like I didn't jump in when they were releasing the Turtle and the Villain and when it was like Leo and Shredder and Donnie and Krang or whatever it was. It wasn't until I saw Bebop and Rocksteady in store I was like, geez, I need these figures. But no, you're exactly right. We have way too many variants of Bebop and Rocksteady.
They're beefy boys. They're beefy boys.
That said, there are still so many more variants that we actually could get.
But how do we have so many Bebop and Rocksteadies and only one version of the Turtles?
I mean, we've got a couple versions of the Turtles.
Okay, a couple. We've gotten the 2 different colors and the disguises, right?
You have the OG releases.
Yep.
Then I think there was 2 colorways of that, plus the video game version. Plus then you got the colorways of the Turtles in Disguise, the bright green, like the control art colors. I mean, you got
the other 4-pack that released later. Okay.
Plus some of those have been re-released multiple times. I think
that's still in general. That's still just the 4 Turtles with nothing else added to them. Bebop and Rocksteady. I mean, yes, there's a lot of them, but they are severely different every time we've gotten them. There's the robot ones, the regular ones, the Easter Bunny ones. You know what I mean? Like we've gotten very varied versions of them.
Cool Retro Tube.
We've got Space Donnie coming too. We saw that. So
and I'm wondering if we're going to get into more of those. RetroTube asked about doing the Turtles in the toy colors, like the comic mode in the video game. I think that would be really cool. I don't see it happening until the video game line kind of picks back up. Yeah. In all honesty,
we need clone turtles. We need
we need clone turtles. We need the wrestling turtles. We need them in their like farmer disguises.
Well, like wrestling turtles, I think could come much sooner than clone turtles at this.
I definitely agree. Mark, they also teased the Red Sky Turtles again. There's a lot of fun variants. Also, these Shredder clones I marked out for. I don't know why I love the stupid mutant Shredder clones. I actually have the little one riding the big one's shoulders right now. It just makes me happy.
Well, because they're cool. I mean, and I mean, I'll point out too that now that we have this buck with the 4 arms,
yeah,
there is a wrestler that has 4 arms that we might see soon now.
Crying Hound. But yeah, I like that they've been going through the Mirage. Here's a figure we need, the Mr. Geeky special.
There you go.
Yep.
But again, moving to the accessory pack, the much sought after set. Oh, the Red Sky Turtles Hankin are like the last 2 seasons?
Yeah, it was like the last couple seasons.
They switched animation styles, and all of a sudden these guys went from the bright cheery blue and the music to a little bit heavier, where all of a sudden apparently the end was near.
It was Batman, the animated series inspired Sky.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
The accessory kit, again, just a bunch of fantastic accessories, and plus the figure that legitimately Mac might make my top 10 for the year. We shall see how the year goes. That is a figure that I've wanted since I was like 6 years old.
See, those baby turtles would be up there for me if they were literally, if they could sit down easier. Right. Or if they could stand up easier or sit down at all.
Yeah. I mean, actually, they can sit down, but it's the very awkward, like toddler sit where their toes are pointing out that way.
Out. My Mikey and my Donatello, Raph and Leo can do that. Mikey and Donatello's, their legs will go up and they will articulate up, but then they shoot back down. Ooh. Yeah, I don't love it. I do like the pizza monsters are cute. Yeah, we got different different molds for them.
More pizza monsters, the Rocksteady helmet, the fromage painting. I'm not gonna lie, I immediately took that and I put some blue tack on it and I hung it up in the kitchen. It is currently hanging up in my kitchen. Don't tell me my wife. I think we need to get Dave a less sensitive mouse. Yeah, he'll get there. But moving on, Super7
here we go.
Revealing Wave 10 of the Turtles, and this hit with a very mixed review.
Was it mixed? Was anybody in favor of this?
I've seen a lot of people showing love for
the one that actually sticks with the line. Yeah,
I saw a lot of people also liking the Mirage redeco of Casey.
Okay,
but I've heard rumblings that the Rat King might have had some interference from Playmates Toys stepping in, but I more than anything, I've also heard that they were also kind of referencing the Shredder's Revenge game.
I saw that picture, yeah.
And we'll get to that, but and then April. So this is a redo of the leopard skin bikini April of yesteryear, which I'm kind of glad they restyled.
Yeah, I was going to say. So is that a result of them just updating it and trying to be more PC, or do you think that's a result of Playmates?
I think they didn't think it was going to sell.
Oh, really?
I think it was.
Yeah. Sorry, go for it.
I think you think this sells more than Bikini April?
Well, no. Okay. Let me pull it up 1 second.
There's definitely like influences of other Aprils in that too, though. Besides just the Bikini April, there's hints of the TMNT movie 3 April there too. If you can, as well as but also I mean there's.
Is the outfit a reference to anything other than did they just come up with this? Has she ever worn a belt with an A on it?
No, similar in the Archie,
similar, okay,
but not the same. Not in this color scheme. There's hints there with the Archie April where it's almost like a little headband and stuff. Where in the backup story in the Archie series,
this was the technically the one that is being referenced.
Okay,
the Ninja newscaster April O'Neil. So it was a hell of a jump. Oh, what up, Toy Lips? How's it going?
And you think if they could have released that, if the Playmates has nothing to do with it, that one, if you just put those 2 Aprils next to each other, both of them on shelves, that this new one in yellow is going to sell more than an updated version of like the Super 7 take on the Cave April?
I think the fact that you can still get the Ninja Newscaster April for $25 mint on card is the kind of thing of it's a figure that's very plentiful, that also is very common because it didn't sell and a lot of people speculated on that figure and it definitely fell. But yeah,
I just think this is a weird choice. To me, it's not even. I think they totally redid this line. Obviously they I believe that they redid the Rat King, but I don't think that the Casey and the April were originally slotted for this line.
I mean, well, Mr. Geeky, sorry, I don't want to cut you off. Hi, Stormy.
Well, here's what I think. With the other character that was kind of, it was leaked that it was coming.
We'll get to her.
Yeah, no, but it's tied in. It's tied in because there are shared parts there, and I think that was kind of probably why they split it into 2 different. But it's it was also to have a counterpart, I think. So there's. On the other head, like if you look at April's other head, there is reference there to the cartoon series also with like the veil. Because there was a costume that she was in a bikini there too, or like a 2-piece. And that has hints of that also.
Also the Electra head. Straight up.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
my gut just says that they had to that Playmates completely stepped in. And that now I don't know how they got the Rocker Leo out.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I was going to say I don't know that that's necessarily the case because Rocker Leo is like spot on.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Again, I think it was specifically to Rat King because the Casey's a simple redeco, and then this.
But that's why I think it was. I don't think Casey was supposed to be in the line at all. This is just me guessing, but based on them stepping in on Rat King, my thought is that the Casey slot wasn't for Casey. It was for a character that was already done, that was already good to go, completely based on the Playmates character. Playmates steps in, says, no, you can't do that. Then they say, okay, well, now what are we going to do? We have time to redo Rat King's head, but we don't have time to do a whole nother figure. So they just repainted Casey. But
we've also seen redecos of Splinter, Shredder. Like we've seen this done in previous lines already.
Okay.
And I think this is their way of also sneaking in a Mirage figure. Okay. Also a little homage to the unmasked Casey head that we never saw released on the vintage figure. Okay. Which again, I think this is a very cool way of them getting away with that.
I think it's cool, but it doesn't go with this line. Have they done prior to Wave 10, this line? Have they done any other figure that isn't not direct play on the Playmates, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have they ever steered away from the Playmates line?
Yeah. I mean, with Gorilla. That was,
okay.
And with that other Shredder too. That was, there was what was the one that was in the wave before? But yeah, I mean, I think that's what they're doing here. Is they're with the Mirage Casey. This is their way of saying now we're potentially being able to expand into some other iterations that you might not be expecting. That's not just.
It would be a lot more concerning if Rocker Leo was not in the line.
Yeah,
because if he's not in the line, then it's like, okay, maybe the Playmate stuff is completely done, and we have to go in a completely different direction for these things.
Well, and the wild thing is Leo is actually the second Rocker Turtle we've gotten because Punker Don is already on his way too. Mm-hmm. But there's the April. I don't know why these are out of order like this. But
it would just be a shame if they. It does look cool. I will say the Rat King does look very cool.
I love that zombie head too, where it's like the really it's like the
red eyes
tones. Yeah. Well, I mean that's
and again, I think this was the happy compromise to the vintage because if you look at this, if he had a rat crawling on his shoulder or his bicep as opposed to his hand, that would be very indicative of the classic. The other thing is he's missing his classic belt. Are the two
rat
big the big notable things that are missing. Yeah. But yeah, he is a very, very pretty Rat King. But again, a lot of people are speculating because maybe there was someone stepping in with this. They went more towards the Shredder's Revenge look, which this is very close to.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it just depends. I don't know if that is the case, and if that wasn't the case, we could very well see an alternate head version at some point if they ever do like a, I mean, at one point they were talking about doing a little buddy set. Yeah, and if that's the case, or something like they had before with, the Mousers and the Turtles, that they could do something like that where they could include some additional heads too potentially.
Yeah. Well, then Rocker Leo, in my opinion, perfection. Like this is what I got into this line for. Granted, I didn't have Rocker Leo as a kid, but I had plenty of friends who did. And to see this figure, I immediately was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" He comes with the pick hand, the closed eyes, so he can just
pick hand is cool.
shred.
I didn't see that.
Also the friggin' hippie glasses,
that's cool.
The clam pizza. I love that they have the guitar with the swords that clip in.
That's cool.
Again, a lot of cool nostalgia vibes there. And again, I hope that the rumors and everything of Playmates kind of going, no, don't directly basically redo our figures. I hope that's not true, because I think this is such a cool love letter to the original line. And I think that's what sells this line, is the nostalgia pop and the feeling of, oh shit, this is the figure I thought I had. Like as a little kid.
Yeah, this is what I was picturing in my 5-year-old brain, right?
Yeah. Right. And in this seeing this character, seeing the Leo here, to me is I don't know why Rat King would specifically be a no, but Leo is spot. It is like
it's confusing.
It could be there is a lot of lore to the original Rat King sculpt of why he looked like that, and I'm wondering if some of those negative connotations that they were playing up of sewer people might have also had come into play of going,
I don't know, but that versus just giving the people what they want, but when they get into this line in the first place, I think that overcomes any of the lore controversy.
Also, a big thing, we'll get back to that. No, we'll get back to her too. Down here, Nickelodeon. Very prominent in the turtle branding, though, as opposed to the Nickelodeon being a separate logo, which I found interesting. Because in previous iterations, there's been a separate Nickelodeon logo, and then the Ninja Turtles, whereas now, God dang it. Whereas this time, stop it. Whereas this time, whatever.
They also shows the Karai.
They also leaked out Karai in a social media image. The initial post went out, and lo and behold, there was a fifth figure.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Have they ever released 5 figures in a wave?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, it was a Mouser pack, and then I think the other one was Krang. It was a smaller figure crammed in with a couple others.
Okay.
But this is from Super 7's direct thing. This was not another company leaking it. This was not a news site leaking it. This is Super 7 coming out with this. And there you have the 4 figures that we know are coming. And then you have Karai, which again, there was no vintage figure of Karai. So this is very cool. And like Mr. Geeky
but have they ever announced, let's assume that, are we all on assumption that she will be included in this line?
Rumor has it she got pushed.
She'll most likely be in the next wave, would be my guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, like Mr. Geeky was saying, look at the tooling for April's legs and then look at Karai's. It's the same bit. There's a lot of reuse between the two. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of bummed because that figure looks badass. And legitimately, if they would have said, oh yeah, and we're gonna do Karai in this wave, I would be like, shit, all right, cool. Like, yeah, let's go. Like, I think she looks awesome.
Oh yeah,
but that's
I mean, and Karai does not get enough toy love. There's such a great character and not enough figures of her. So I was really excited to see that.
Well, and again, hopefully we'll see her again coming up in the next wave, which would be it's usually 3 months apart from each other. So we'll maybe see her back in a true lineup here in a couple months. Like make 2 Punk Frogs that didn't get toys, for example. Dude, I would be stoked if we got the rest of the Punk Frogs, because that oh boy, that Froggy Boy we are already getting looks coked out and looks crazy, and I kind of love it. But yeah, again, I thought it was funny that Super 7 directly was like, here you go. And I was like, oh shit. Like, grab it down. I'm like, nope, Sorry.
I'm still not convinced that was an accident.
We'll see.
They were getting a lot of negative feedback on the line of 4 figures.
Prince Bloodgrave Cry looks awesome. The best reveal for the wave. And again, who knows? These pre-orders are live right now for the Core 4. Like these are up. These are ready and ready to be purchased. The Atomic Nerd, it only appears in the toy. We can't use it if we can prove the same looks elsewhere, comic, video game, etc. Then we can do it. But if it's unique to the toy, we have to leave it to Playmates. Oh, there you go. But again, I feel like that Rat King vintage look is so specific.
If it only appears in the toy, we can't use it. When was this Rocker Leonardo used in anywhere but the toy?
Oh no, that's what he's saying is Rocker Leo is just the vintage toy. There, he didn't appear in a video game. He didn't appear in anything else.
But because Rat King did, then that
isn't Atomic Nerd saying this because that's his reasoning why they can't do the Rat King head?
Maybe that's why no unpainted weapons rack. Oh, I thought there was no more weapons racks because they said it cost too much to put them in with the figures. But I mean, it's also the thing of there's probably a number of reasons that we're not getting specific things, but and hopefully someday we find out the exact truth. We can sit here and speculate all day long on why we're not getting it a certain way. Again, I think overall,
I got excited for a second
when it was this image. I was like, okay. I'm like, it looks like Rat King. There's no doubting that. However, this was the image that went, yeah, okay, I'm gonna pre-order him. And I'll be honest with you guys. He's the only one I pre-ordered from this wave. Like Rocker Leo's badass, but I have no attachment to that iteration.
Go back to the picture that everybody loves about Rat King. That one.
Yeah.
A lot of that is lighting.
Oh, definitely. And because when this was the only image that was put out, and I'm like, okay, so you have really tired Rat King.
Right.
You have
high Rat King.
Yeah, you have Rat King's going to eat the rats. And then you have gridded, I need to go to the dentist Rat King. But the other thing is they show him and he's got the 2 fists pointed down. Like they have these cool expression hands kind of going like that. It's like Rat King's creepy. Rat King is the king of the rats. Like let him look creepy. Like throw on the hands. Pose the damn model. Like April is the only one I pre-ordered. I like Ninja April. Ninja April's cool looking. Again, for me personally, it just came down to space. It came down to monies, and it came down to, all right, like Rat King is a character that I love from all iterations. But Dave Wonder, the Rocker Turtles were featured in stickers and Valentine's sets. Oh, shit. Cool. I didn't know that.
Well, that's interesting.
I hope Super7 does.
So he's saying that's how it gets around the Rat King rule.
Yeah, well, but the Rat King, that version of Rat King was also in the comic strips.
It was. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I think Flynn just comes up with any excuse he can to not put the blame on himself.
I don't know. Regardless, I think they're cool looking. I think there's a lot of fun goodies to them. Moving on, I just threw this at the end. Mr. Bitters.
Yeah, this is my I woke up to this text from my sister. She said, "Hey, I found this while dropping off my kid at the bus stop. It was sitting outside someone's house. The garbage man didn't pick it up. Do you want it?" What? Yes, of course. I don't care if there's nothing in it. I don't care if it's full. I want it just the same. She sent me another picture. It is complete in there. It has all the pieces, all the figures, all everything.
Wow.
Yeah. So this was just a random pickup that was sitting on the side of the road by my sister's place. And she knows I collect turtle stuff, and she picked it up.
That's freaking incredible.
Awesome. Yeah. I was
you posted that in our Turtle Talk group chat, and I was just like, wait, what? Because I remember one of my friends had that back in the day, and we legit played it until we wore the plastic holes where the metal bits go down. We wore them down so that the turtles were too low.
Yeah.
They dragged and we snapped at least 2.
Oh, I can't wait to play with my kid. The other one I have is up here, maybe without dropping it. But I have the.
We have the
there
bowling.
we go. Yeah, the bowling one in like the same size giant box. I honestly think the bowling one's going to get replaced by the
hockey
game. Yeah,
I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, King County's coming up, and I'm just saying we could have a few and play a little.
Sure, I can set up a little arcade here. Absolutely,
man. Right? I'm for it.
There
Should
we
we
go.
record it? Should that be
Sneaky,
extra?
do you ever go to the toy shows? Do you ever come out for a King County toy show?
I've never been to King County, but I've been to some of the toy shows. Yeah,
We need to get you out here for this one.
maybe let's connect on that. What day is when is
We'll talk. We'll
Figure it out. Yeah.
End of April. But
Okay.
we'll talk. But yeah, that was all the turtle news I could find. Also, the pre-orders for Not Donatello and Not Splinter went up for pre-order. In addition to the Gundamit website, it also is up on 5K Toys, and I believe a second round just went up for Not Donatello. So go over and check out 5K Toys. I can't remember. I think it's fall because Leo was spring.
Autumn?
And, is it autumn?
Autumn? Maybe.
I don't know.
It's like spring, autumn, summer.
I'm gonna stick with Not Donatello.
I like it.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, obviously, we all have had turtle pickups since last we spoke. We can do a little unboxing. We can just shoot the shit. I don't really know. We're already over the 1 hour mark, and I don't want to hold y'all up too long. But we went through a lot of news. I'm just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Not Donnie is autumn. Okay, there we go. I kind of want autumn, but didn't grab spring. No, Super Spike, you monster. No, actually, spring, I believe, did go back up on Gundamit, I believe. If I recall correctly. They did a second, I don't know if it's a second release or a second shipment or whatnot that went back up, but it went back up on one of those. Looking forward to more Fury Toy Turtles, right? Okay. I will put it out there right now. Coming up at the end of this month will be my top 10 of 2023 so far. And there's a lot of Fury toys that are very close to making that cut. I know for sure one giant Crocker boy down there that's going to be on that list.
Yeah, let's go.
We all know spring is the worst. Damn, Brian. Also, okay, so we have autumn, we have spring. Is Mikey going to be winter? Because I feel like I know I'm a Mikey mark. I know that's a fact. But much like the quarter scale Toon Turtles, Mikey is coming out last in that. Mikey came out last, I believe, in the movie Turtles, quarter scale Turtles as well. In my opinion, it's because he's the most popular. So if you go, oh man, Mikey's not coming out till when? Wait, but that one's out? Oh, I should get him because he'd go well with Mikey. Oh, I should, and it builds up to Mikey because Mikey is the precipice of turtles. So I'm just saying.
Well, but it's not necessarily going in order if it was spring and then autumn, right? So it's
spring.
Spring.
So and spring, autumn, summer would be Raph.
No, but I'm saying season wise, right?
Yes.
Right, spring and then autumn. So it's skipping summer. So
well, that's
summer,
what I'm saying is I'm wondering if they're going to, I don't know.
So summer could be Raph as you think.
Summer, I mean, yeah,
because he runs hot.
There's only two others, unless they fucking throw in road construction like in the Midwest. Like you're out of seasons. Any idea when Mecha Leo will ship? Mecha Leo is supposed to be shipping towards the end of the month, I think, or early April. That is a spicy boy price wise. My goodness. Do you guys know about the Heat Boys Leo that's coming out? The Mecha Leo. We talked about him.
Yeah, the big guy, right?
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, sweet looking figure. Did
you
order that?
I did not.
Okay. Did you get that?
I didn't get. It was like 300 or so. I'm trying to remember what the price.
He's under 200.
Okay.
Still pricey. I mean,
it's it was very tempting, and I still might if I can, but I haven't.
They did just reveal that there is going to be a shredder as well.
Ooh.
So that's neat.
I mean, I'm a big mark for Turtle Saint, and like the big mechas. So I mean, that's not outside the wheelhouse. It's something that.
Yeah, I was just to say 170 at Big Bad Toy Store.
There you go.
Okay, all right.
So he's up right now. But
how tall the figure is that?
No shit. What?
How tall the figure is that?
I want to say it's about 9 inches. Yep, 9.06 inches, 23 centimeters.
Okay, all right. So it's a big chunky.
Mikey is.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's a good size figure. And that was the thing is like we've seen what all four of the turtles look like, and I'm not gonna lie, they all look really cool, but at nearly $200 a piece after taxes, shipping, all that stuff, my brain went to, okay, so you have Leo, you have all the turtles, and all of them kind of have homages to classic Gundams in there. Mikey is definitely Heavy Arms, which is one of my favorite Gundams anyways, and I'm like, oh, you're gonna do this, you're gonna make me spend the money, because if I'm gonna get one turtle, it's gonna be Mikey. But when you incentivize it with going, oh hey, you know how you like Gundam Heavy Arms? Well, guess what? Mikey's gonna be the Heavy Arms of this line. It's like, no, you bastards, you did it. You killed my wallet. Speaking of over 300, anyone planning on getting McFarlane's new 89 Batmobile, supposed to fit 7 inches?
Oh,
I don't think that's over 300, man. But I don't know. I heard
it was a beauty. Yeah.
It is beautiful. Shredder might be Tall Geese, and the foot will be the Zaku drones. Oh man, that'd be badass. Mikey has Heavy Arms, and he looks sick, right? He has the friggin' party wagon bombs as like his cannons.
Oh really? That's cool. That's very cool.
So hold on, I'll pull it up. But
I remember Donnie looked cool too, right? I mean,
all of them look cool.
Yeah,
Donnie has a friggin' sniper rifle, like, which is weird. But he also has like the cloak. But oh man, I want to find out. There we go. Boop.
Oh, do we have any thoughts on Call of Duty?
I'm very confused, but there's Mikey. But yeah,
that looks sweet. That looks sweet.
That's pretty.
But yeah, okay, Shredder coming to Call of Duty. I'm throwing it out there. I haven't played Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2, so it's been a minute.
Is that like GoldenEye? I'm trying.
So what we're hearing is Mr. Geeky does not have thoughts on this.
I'd like to see a picture.
Is he just going to run around and stab people?
Right. Does Shredder have a pistol now? It doesn't make sense to me. I didn't
shoot knives. What?
Even if he does, he's not.
He's a ninja.
It's not accurate to the.
None of it makes sense. More importantly, did we ever figure out if King Kong and Godzilla are a part of Call of Duty?
I did look that up when we were talking. Apparently, it's scenario or levels. So, like, it's when they're attacking, or they're
so maybe like run by their feet or something.
I guess I didn't find anything outside of like the initial announcement and then speculation.
Okay,
but like. Oh God, why is that so low res? Hold on. Legitimately, when I saw this image, all I could think of was, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Someone put a Shredder skin in the game. Like that's neat. And then it's like, no, this is official. I'm like, what? Like,
this looks like coming out of their shells. Shredder is what this looks like.
It does. He's got grenades, and look, he has mags in his chest. Like,
that's crazy.
Shredder's packing heat, boys, I guess. But then, like, the only other image, there's a picture of him from behind, and then there's this, which was the initial tease. Oh, they did a full event for Kong versus Godzilla. Oh, okay. So this looks so bootleg. It does. And what's he holding there? It's not guns.
I'm surprised that like Nickelodeon would, or approve that. You know what I'm saying? In terms of
Kong and Godzilla are in the background while you're fighting the other team.
Okay.
There we go. Again, Panther. I just looked it up real quick. I wasn't doing a deep dive. This is Turtle Talk, not Call of Duty. Talk. I don't know, but
because I don't know. It's an official like skin for it, right?
Yeah. So this is real. Like it.
I don't understand where the crossover. I don't understand whoever had the idea. I don't understand where they got that idea to do it from.
Like all marketing hype for the TMNT movie. Like this is the only other image I found, and it's like Shredder's gonna gut it, dude. And I'm like, I guess that's what he does. But damn.
It's not off base for Mirage. It's not off base for some of the iterations. It's
but if
just
you're if this is indeed hype for the Mutant Mayhem or Mutant Mayhem, Mutant Mayhem, like Mutant Mayhem is a kid-friendly movie. This dude's gonna gut a dude in a flaming building. It's like, damn. I don't know. I'm just waiting for TMNT Fortnite. Right? That was where I was kind of going. I'm like, I could see the turtles in Fortnite.
Oh, sure. They've done Avengers. They've done all sorts of stuff in Fortnite.
I could see Casey Jones being a very easy character in Fortnite.
It's more surprising they haven't showed up there yet to me.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, what? They got there. Oh no, Smunkin. Nickelodeon is just pimping out the TMNT license. Yeah, I guess. Don't call the Call of Duty news. Oh yeah, nope, not calling it codpiece. Now I don't know. My thoughts is, all right, cool. I guess I'll find a video of the gameplay of that in a couple months. But
yeah, there you go.
I don't have. I mean, I enjoyed playing some of the Call of Duty games, but they're not my main game, if that makes sense.
It's not a game. That's not a game I can play with my kids in around. You know, so that's it becomes one that's like, if I could do this at 3 o'clock in the morning, then I'm not going to wake them up with the screaming and shouting.
You would be the one that would be screaming and shouting.
I would love to play some video games with Speaky and have him just screaming and shouting the whole time.
Oh, my son had me play FNAF because he knows I don't do well with the jump scares, and he just like sits there and watches me play the game.
I was like, FNAF. Yeah. For the love of God, they just need to remake Tournament Fighters. Dude, could you imagine Tournament Fighters being made by like the crew that's doing Street Fighter or any of or King of Fighter? Like any of those would be phenomenal.
That'd be great.
Like I want to see like crazy cell shaded action.
Yeah, I mean, even like an old retro style too, with new characters. Yeah. Would be new levels, new characters, but in that old fashion. Yeah, I mean that'd be fun.
You could be the Predator for a kill streak. Makes me think of that. Oh damn! Whew. When my sister was on maternity leave, she was on the couch with my nephew while they watched murder mystery documentaries. I mean, that's what you do. But it looks like he's just going to lock and lock. Yeah, I don't know that. Like again, the idea of Shredder being like a run and gun character is kind of weird to me.
Absolutely.
Like the tournament fighter thing, I think that idea makes way more sense because that's in line with the property. I think if we could get a tournament fighters made by the people who made Shredder's Revenge, and just up the scale of the sprites, I'd be down. The 4 turtles, we got the 4 turtles, the neutrinos, and the punk frogs already. Like
we're good to go. Absolutely,
and all the villains.
Yeah,
you got just I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities there for sure. Mm-hmm. Like putting Creed wearing boxing gloves in Fortnite. Oh wait, yeah, that's still weird. But I don't know.
I thought that was referencing the Office Creed.
Oh.
Which also makes sense.
Late to the chat, and don't know if this was already said, but apparently the reason for the vintage Rat King design not being allowed to be used, and Rocker Leo could be one of two. Okay, Ken's still typing out the rest. We'll get there.
Suspense.
But didn't Dotmus Streets of Rage have a versus mode 2? I think it did. Love to see Shredder in Mortal Kombat. Oh man, Shredder in Mortal Kombat.
That would make sense.
That would be brutal.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I think that would be the one that Nickelodeon would be like, nah. Like Shredder straight up gutting dudes.
Weren't the turtles in a Mortal Kombat?
They were in something. They were in Injustice.
Instinct, right?
The DC
is that Playmates stipulated if a vintage design has been used elsewhere rather than for just the toy, say on a T-shirt, then it could be used, but Rat King wasn't, so Playmates won't let. Oh, okay.
Find those Valentine's Day cards. Let's get this figured out.
I have proof that. Yeah, he's been in other stuff.
Oh, so. Vintage toy designs be used. There we go. Yeah, Injustice 2. Injustice 2 also had Hellboy. That was one of those fighting. Cool. That was one of those fighting games where I downloaded all these characters. I'm like, hell yeah, and then no one would play with me. I'm like, like I just want to play as a turtle. Would be all right if Call of Duty Shredder is on a team with the the foot soldiers. That would be awesome. It's just cannon fodder running in front of him. He just runs around.
Oh man,
shing, 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 shing. That'd be great. But But yeah, okay. Let's do this, because I know not necessarily everything has been unboxed from Haulathon. Not everything is up on display or readily available. But let's do top 3 figures personally of Haulathon.
Ah, okay.
And Mr. Geeky, I'm limiting you to 3.
Yeah, that's
Can I get ahead of myself here though? Because I mean, I know fully well Dreadmon is gonna be one of my top 3.
Yeah, you can say you have Dreadmon in the mail. He is coming.
Yeah, figures that were included in Haulathon. It doesn't have to be anything you bought at Haulathon. Just figures that you would like to get, as long as they were involved in Haulathon in some way.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. Just 3 then, I guess.
I don't have them all readily available because some of them are already in the display. But I will go ahead and start with Mac. Big Mac from the accessory set.
That's a crazy pick.
Dude, you don't understand, Dan. You don't
understand. You could have said the accessory pack. If you said the accessory pack, then I'm with you.
I mean,
the fact that you're picking one accessory out of the pack is crazy for a top 3.
Technically, the accessory pack is Big Mac. So I guess it would by default be the accessory pack, which is great because it's like a 5-pack of figures, and you get all this extra stuff in there, which is fantastic. But for me, as an individual figure, that Big Mac figure means a lot to me. It holds a weird special place in my heart. So Big Mac, that's at the tops of my list. So I'm gonna give Mr. Geeky the most time to think because he looks perplexed.
Well, I mean, I think that.
Are you ready?
If
he's ready, go ahead.
My top 3 or my.
We're gonna go one at a time. One at a time.
Okay, so the first one, I'm gonna say Bebop and Rocksteady's gang.
Oh, jeez,
that's
already breaking the rules.
So there's 5. What is it? Four characters.
There's 4 figures.
Yeah. So that's my top, because I mean that's how long have we been waiting for that to be able to complete the gang? That's incredible. So yeah, that's my top.
You just pulled up that Zog comment. We didn't talk about Zog at all. I have no connection at all to Zog. But he looks amazing, especially with the size. I passed on him because he's $50. But did you guys pick up Zog?
I passed on. I'm trying real hard not to go deep into the Mirage, so I passed on him. I actually picked him up for.
There he is, speaking up in the upper left. Yeah.
But he's a beautiful figure. I actually ended up unboxing him on one of the unboxings to make sure. Apparently, a lot of them up here had a broken shoulder joint in the box.
Oh.
So I took him out of the box to make sure and check that he was okay. So I got to play with him a little bit, and he is an amazing figure. But yeah.
I am on a Goro kick right now.
Goro Bros.
Yeah. So I love this set. I literally didn't even need the little guy. I'm probably gonna let Connor already stole my 4 baby turtles from the accessory pack, so I'll probably give him the little shredder there, and then I'll just keep the forearm clone. I love this figure. I can't wait to open this guy up.
That's fair, Atomic. I think coming in at numero dos. Oh man, it's tricky because you know what? I'm gonna go with it. I know it's a repaint, but it's a damn cool looking repaint. I'm going black and white Usagi.
He was up there for me.
That figure rules.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Yeah. I hate repaints. I've already got my colorful Usagi. I didn't need this figure. It's not going to go in my. It's an art piece, right? Like, it's not going to go in my regular display. It's a piece of art. It's fabulous.
I think I am going to take mine out, put the box behind him, and then I'm going to put him with the Mirage turtles that are black and white.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool.
Well, that's what I was thinking with it too. It's just, it seems like it just jumped off the page. I mean,
it does, and I think that was a big thing for me too. Is I think that's as close as we're getting to a comic version at the moment. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Geeky.
My 2 was Manta. Man Ray. Man Ray. This is. I mean, speaking of jumping right off the page. I mean, it's just this. Okay, well, it's
beautiful.
technically it's Man Ray and Bubla, because Bubla, as I said before, as I was unboxing this, is like this just it's almost more Bubla than it is Man Ray for me, even though Man Ray is gorgeous. But Bubla is like ever since I was a kid, I remember reading this in the Archie comic. I remember trying to draw this character, and now it's like, and then spoiler alert, the near spoiler alert. I remember like bawling when what happened to him. So
it's not good.
No,
Throw
it's
that out
not.
there.
But yeah, I mean that's this guy. It meant a lot to finally have this, because we had fish sticks forever, and then we got him again, but never a bubble.
Fish sticks.
Yeah.
All right, Dan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I told you I love this line. If you didn't pick
Jaguar.
No, if he didn't pick Man Ray, I would have picked him. I'll go with Jaguar. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah. It's so. You talk about popping off the page with Usagi. I couldn't be more excited to find these Archie comics for these Mutanimals. Finally read what the content is and get the context for these figures.
Weird, right?
I love them. I my kid loves them. I love all the entire. I've got the whole line now. Yeah, I was talking at the end of last year. I was talking about how much I love this Slash figure. Finally picked that guy up. So I'm already a completist on this line.
Oh man, I saw this morning Ramen Toys is doing a head for that Rat King figure, but labeling it something Rat Royale. Man, I missed that. I will have to see if I can find an image. Well, you guys already knocked out the Mighty Mutanimals, and obviously they're there. Oh, thank you, Rufus. So because they've already been said, I don't think I need to restate it. I'm going to go with Sexy Rexy here.
Cool figure.
It's RoboCop. I mean, this was the RoboCop that I could watch. Plus he's got them pectoral flip flaps that I think are pretty dope. Yeah, I don't know. This figure rules. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't this, it would have been the Mutanimals. If it, I don't know. That's just kind of where it's at. I love the Rex 1 robot. I always thought it was cool. Mm-hmm. And I love that he comes with a stack of VHS tapes. I think that's really funny. I am bummed that you can't put one into his chest, but is what it is. Mm-hmm. Mike says, "Wait, what?" Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, you guys go through yours. I believe Mr. Geeky is up. I'm going to see if I can find that Ramen Toys.
I'm trying to pull it up too.
Oh yeah. Well, and yeah. So my last is Dreadmon, but I don't. I don't have him in my hands yet to be able to go over all the ways. Here's what I'll say from what I've seen in the pictures. I love the fact that he has like the bowl of guts, right? Or did that not end up making the final? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I believe it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's straight out. Although that looks like more like there's some fruit on there too, but
it's definitely a mix.
Okay,
but the pile under it is definitely not fruit.
I feel like they had to add the fruit on top to make it less.
The Rat Royale. That is quite the look. But yeah,
I don't know. I don't think that's a step in the right direction.
I don't know. It's a step in a direction. Ecstatic that we finally got Rex 1. Rexan is but a repaint away. Indeed.
Rexan would be great.
Also, hi Floyd. You never come down here.
Well, what's nice is you have those like evil Rex robots too that you can easily have as an army builder there.
Nice. Get down.
I think my third favorite figure from this release, if I have to go with Haulathon, to me in my head,
Floyd.
Haulathon also includes Crocker because I got it during Haulathon week. But if I can't include Crocker, I'm going to go with Jersey Red.
Yeah.
This figure is fantastic. She's been around forever. She's always there when you're talking about the Bebop Rocksteady gang. It is. I absolutely love that figure. I love, just like Speaky said, I love that we have the entire gang now. We can put them together, and that's what sold me on literally spending any money on stuff that was not the Mutanimals.
Dude,
Yeah.
well, and here's what I'll say too with Jersey Red, and like the fact that she has that spray that comes with her. I'm really hoping that's like a lead into the fact that we might get like human Mikey at some point.
That'd be wild.
Because that's shows up in that episode. Well, in one of the episodes, wasn't Jersey? I think she was in 2 episodes.
She's prominent in one episode. She's kind of a background character in a secondary one, but where did you get that Surfer Series? I got it from gearhomies.com, I believe, or gearhomie.com. Yeah, they have this. They have basketball and Don.
Nice.
They got a bunch of really cool hoodies. I mean, they're all sublimated prints. They also have standard turtles, Sewer Samurai, Leo.
The site is insane. You sent it to me after I did your Rippin' and Grippin' a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
because I asked you about it, and the amount of content and licenses that they have, and stuff that's not even licensed. Like they just have medieval armor and
it's
random crazy hoodies that you can get. It's definitely worth checking out.
I definitely wore this out the other day, like not thinking about it. And like I was just, it's a big comfy hoodie. I'm a big dude, so it's like it's super snuggly and everything, and it wasn't like negative 37 out, so I'm like, woo, I can just go out in this and a hat, I'm fine. And I walked into the grocery and someone was like, Surfer Mikey. Like,
really? That's awesome.
I was having a ball. But yeah, no, I love this thing. I think honestly this might become like one of my con hoodies, that just because it's loud, it's obnoxious, it's also very Turtles, and I like representing that. So it's crazy that we have so much in the NECA pipeline for just the Toon line, Kino, and a bunch of comics, and the last run. There's so much toys in general,
dude. Well, and I was going to say that too, that like there's very likely we're going to be getting the April 2.0 very soon. We're going to be getting the diorama very soon. So I mean, that's
dude,
like,
there's so much. Oh, what up, Smetty? How's it going, dude? Yeah, there is it's wild. I mean, the crazy thing is so much of what was revealed at San Diego came out in one go, just boop, this time around. And it's like, yeah, coming out, there's the van that's coming down the pipeline. There's all the dioramas coming down the pipeline. There's all well, like you said, the re-releases. Yeah, Frank, I'm with you. Overload. Like there.
I'm fingers crossed for a business suit, Casey. Got to get a business. It's got to be in there.
And we've done our dream figures. We've talked about that time and time again. We've talked about our most wanted, and maybe we'll revisit that here in another week or two, but or month or two, I guess. Thanks, Spike. This apparently was the highlight of the stream for people. Got cropped as spectrum. There's more Mirage and Secret of the Use. Yeah, there's so much stuff, and there's so much rumored. There's so much everything, and on here we try and talk about a little bit of everything. Apparently, we get in a little trouble if we talk about certain leaks from certain companies that are the main owner.
How dare you promote
the new
their
trailer
product?
is bad. Oh no, I like the trailer a lot.
Yeah, we didn't review the. We don't need to like review the trailer. But what were your thoughts on the trailer?
Well, let's just show it. Can we just show? I'm just.
I mean, we can.
Well, we'd get that would be. It was. I really liked the trailer. I thought that was great. But that's. Yeah.
I think that was the thing, and I kind of said it. I said it early on. As soon as the designs came out, I'm like, they're kind of funky looking, but I want to see them move, because I think seeing this trailer was the thing. Thank you, Caspers. Thank you. Yeah, I really liked it a lot. I seeing the movement. I showed it to Ollie. Ollie was just like, Dad, can we go see that? And I'm like, well, when it comes out. And he goes, Dad, what was that song? I'm like, let me tell you about a Tribe Called Quest. And legit, I've been playing Tribe and De La Soul for like the last
Hell
month.
yeah.
It's been great. I'm like, this makes me so happy. So that's okay, 3M. And that's the thing. There are people that are going to love it. There are people that are going to hate it. We're just talking about our opinions. So yeah, and I don't know. I'm excited for it. I think it looks like a great next step. and I'll be excited to see how the finished thing comes out. Because that's the thing. It's a trailer. Could the movie suck? Yeah. Could it be amazing? Hell yeah. So, Mark, come get your Funkoland price guide page I have for you.
Ooh, absolutely.
Ooh. But yeah, so I don't know. That's my opinions on that, and I don't know how that skirted around the I don't know how that skirted around the news, but yeah, no, the trailer was awesome.
Yeah, I liked it too. They were much younger sounding than I expected, but just because it was unexpected doesn't mean that it's bad. I honestly hate trailers in general. If it's already a piece of media that I know I'm going to see, whether it's a television show or a movie or whatever it is, the trailer is like to sell you on to go see it, right?
Yeah,
right.
If I already know I'm going to go see it,
yeah,
I don't need your spoilers. I don't need to know anything that's going to go on. I've got friends who will do anything they can to find out like all the plot points and who's in the movie, what is going, like all the behind the scenes stuff. I don't need any of that. I would love to just go into movies blind if I already know. Like I don't need to be sold on this movie. Right.
Well, then it's a much more pure interpretation.
Right. And then I'm also not like tainted by the impressions that I get from a trailer, which, like you said, a trailer is not representation of the movie. It's just a product to sell you on to go into the movie. The actual finalized product, the film, could be completely different than the tone of the trailer.
You had me at Turtles.
Yeah, exactly right. That's exactly right.
Okay, Smetty wants a real quick recap. I'm sure I missed it, but what is your all thoughts on the new wave of Super 7 Ultimates? It'll be interesting to see how this one does. The only one that I pre-ordered was Rat King, and I know that's controversial, but
I own 0 Super 7s prior to this wave, and after this wave, I will continue to own 0 Super 7s.
Exactly, Jeff. Sharing it with the next gen.
I picked them all up. I mean, I liked the fact that like April has a feel to her that she could have been one of the like a character from the original toy line. There, I really does feel like it could have been a figure from Playmates, even though it's not. So that was fun for me. The Casey, I like that. I mean, there's a lot of things that I liked about this wave, and that it's find different ways to expand it out in different ways, and that's like Shredder's Revenge, right? I mean, that clearly was the big inspiration for this Rat King, this version of Rat King, and to me, it's like for a long time people were saying, and I feel like they're still saying, like we want figures of the Shredder's Revenge. How are we going to get those? Here's showing like that could go here too.
This might be the way to do it. Also, shit, if they do Shredder's Revenge style turtles, that'd be pretty badass.
That was another thought that I had. Like it's awesome if they're going to do a bunch of Shredder's Revenge figures, but if Rat King is the only one we're getting, then what are we doing?
I will say I have the tongue out sewer surfing Mikey head on the Wave 4 Michelangelo, and like I legitimately did that because all I could think of was when Mikey's running in the game, and like that popped me so much. The designer confirmed it was inspired by Shredder's Revenge. Hell yeah! All I'm hearing based on these rumors is that Pizza Face is now off the table. Oh, that's a bummer if that is indeed the case. But you never know because there's always going to be speculation station, and we don't want to spoil nothing. Yeah. But you never know what the next wave can bring, and I think that's pretty damn exciting, to be quite honest.
I will say that there was a Pizza Face in the clip, the cartoon, not the cartoon, the the little comics, the little strips. So
comic strips.
Yeah, the comic strips. So if that's the factor that they need to have to be able to do it.
Hey man, it was cool. Anyway, you look at okay. This was not the image that I was looking for, but this this will work. This is my current Shredder's Revenge, Mikey.
That's perfect.
But yeah, makes me happy, anyways. But yeah, I don't know. I think so. Based on that, we know is a walkabout still a possibility. Technically, we'll see. Again,
Rocker Leo, if that was the flat rule, we wouldn't have gotten a lot Rocker Leo. I don't think this means that this is the end of the Playmates Super 7 crossover, whatever you want to call that. I don't think this is the end of it.
Though. I'm thinking.
Yeah, and maybe this is just a Rat King thing. Maybe they just had a contract out on Rat King, and they just couldn't make Rat King's face for whatever reason. We don't know. That's my point. Is we don't know what it is. So this isn't the end of the world, guys. It's if you're a Super 7 guy and you're only in it for the Playmates styled figures, let's see what Wave 11 is, and then we can panic.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just excited.
That's the thing too, though, is that I think I think the part of it is that when it first started, it was like specifically that one thing. And I think as it's progressed, it's become a bunch of different things. Same thing with Thundercats too. So it's it's not to say that just because we have this, we won't get it at some point too. And that's the important thing to.
But I also think that you used a key word there, Dave, and I don't think that it absolutely applies. You said that the line is growing. Yeah. There's definitely a difference between growing and changing.
Yeah.
Right. And I think you make people happy for the most part if it's growing.
Yeah.
I think you piss people off if you change it.
Yeah. And I think again, looking at it, there are definitely changes in this one, and this was a very abrupt change, I think, within this one wave. But at the same time, I think again, with the homage to Shredder's Revenge, okay, with the, again, there's a bunch of stuff that alludes to change because of growth, but there's also speculation to other things. The one big thing on the channel here that I try to keep away from is speculation when it comes to the negative or leaks or any of that stuff, because until it's finalized, until it's out there, until we know for a fact, it's that thing of, next month, who knows? Brian Flynn could do an interview and say, hey, with this line, we were doing XYZ because we're going to be doing this. And everybody will go, oh, Casper Corner brings up it's weird that Varner Studios is working on Super 7 figures, but he's not allowed to recreate the figure he previously made for Playmates. Again, maybe Brian Flynn will address it. He's usually pretty open about that type of stuff, and this being revealed the way that it was revealed initially through leaks, and then them going, oh shit, yeah, here's the images, here you go, it's up for pre-order, boom, granted, it might have only been a matter of a few days early. It might have been a week or two early, but again, that leads to a lot of, I don't know, speculation, I guess. And it'll be what it'll be. And I'm just curious to see what comes next. But with that being said, I do want to know what comes next for you, gentlemen. So, Dan, where can people find you? What do you got coming up?
You can find me on Twitter is my main platform. I'm at RefMarkBitters. It's mainly wrestling oriented. It's mainly wrestling referee oriented with a splash of family goodness. I post about my wife on there. I post about funny stuff that happens with my kid. But yeah, hit me up on Twitter at RefMarkBitters. Otherwise, hit me up here once a month. I love doing Turtle Talk.
Hell yeah. Mr. Geeky.
Hey.
Where can people find you? What do you got coming up?
Well, you can find me on YouTube on Speaky Geeky. You can find me oftentimes here on Turtle Talk and on Dave's channel here. I are on Instagram, Speaky Geeky Official. I have some stuff coming up. I've got another deep dive for Turtles. I've got another deep dive for Thundercats. I've got part 5 of the interview with Trevor Zammit from NECA, and I've got an upcoming one with Kyle from Super 7. So we might dig into some of these questions regarding the new this wave and what's coming up next for Turtles, as well as a lot of other stuff. So
if you're not following Speaky, change that, guys. The amount of content that this guy puts out, the amount of knowledge he has, please jump on all of his social media stuff, follow his YouTube page. He's a plethora of knowledge, and he's not afraid to share it.
Damn it, Jones.
If I had images of hearts coming up on the screen right now, you're saying.
It's absolutely true, dude. It's the stuff that you did. The amount of knowledge in your head that is turtle related blows my mind every month.
Oh yeah, go like, follow, subscribe to everybody. Hit the like button here. Subscribe. Go find us on social media. All the links are in the video description below. As always, you can find me right here on the Dave Wonder channel Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I will say the next couple Tuesdays are going to be off due to a few reasons. I'll kind of let folks know what's up coming up here, probably on a channel update sometime this week. But I'll be back Monday for Let's Talk Toys. You can find me on Twitter at Dave Wheeler. You can find me on Instagram at the Dave Wheeler. You can find me over on Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Wonder. That's been going strong. We got a Patreon exclusive Discord for just $1 a month. Go check it out. There's a lot of fun stuff in there. And yeah, that about wraps it up for this fine evening of Turtle Talk. I just want to thank Dan. I want to thank Mr. Geeky. And I want to thank the COJ for coming in and hanging out. As always, thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. Mitch, I hope you're rolling them nat 20s, my friend. He has a D&D tonight. So, yeah.
That explains it. Okay. Oh, I want to send thank you to Comics 1017 for a fantastic trade that him and I did. I should have said that earlier, but Dave, I think you set that up for the most part, but it was seamless. It was easy. Comics, you're the man.
And hey, you know where we did that? COJ Discord. Just saying. All right. As always, much love from Minnesota. Good night. Mr. Geeky, that doesn't make you a Goro, bro. If you get that reference, I bought the figure. You subscribe to some fun people. Mr. Geeky, what the hell is that?
Oh, this is Kelly Brown. Great art illustrator did this poster of Shredder.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, go look up Kelly Brown now. Good night, everybody.